in this mess because society's lost sight of what's most important. What matters most to me is my faith and my family. And I know I'm not the only one who believes that way. So we're joining together as God-fearing people to take the light into the darkness. You know, when you're passionate about something, you talk about it, you act on it, and those around you see that passion, and they catch interest as well. And for Pro Staffer Paul Powers, that was definitely the case when it came to deer hunting and his wife, Jacy.
I'm Paul Powers.
And I'm Jacy Powers.
I grew up in western Oklahoma. Hunting is kind of what I did from the time I was a little boy with my dad and my dad's good friends. It's just a passion I developed through the years, and it's what I've always done. And I'll always do. Even back when Jacy and I started dating, 1996-ish, she had a little hunting in her blood back then. Her hunting instinct came from chasing me. She was kind of hunting me for the majority of the time.
That is so not right.
What?
I guess I did want to spend time with you, but I was not hunting you.
Oh.
You did all the courting.
Yes, and I won. I was successful at that hunt, probably the most important hunt that I've ever been on.
You know, for Jacy, she didn't grow up in a hunting family, but seeing Paul's love for bow hunting especially really sparked an interest, and she decided she wanted to give it a shot.
Yeah, I didn't grow up hunting. It wasn't something that we did as a family. I knew that I had married into it, that there was something he would always do, that he loved to do, and I supported that, but I didn't think it was something that I would ever really want to do.
A couple of years ago, we were just watching a casual hunting show on a Saturday afternoon, and she made mention that maybe she would want to get into hunting sometime, bow hunting. I was taken back, and I said, I can make that happen. I know a local bow shop that we can get some arrows and a bow, and we can get it going.
I think we were there the next day, but you didn't really think I could do it.
I didn't have any doubt that you could do it. I really didn't know that she would do it when the time came, and then I didn't know if she would be able to harvest an animal, per se. She's soft-hearted.
I am an animal lover, and that too is why I practiced as much as I did, because I wanted to make sure that I made a good shot.
Very particular. She wanted an old deer, mature deer, and that was the rule, and that was it. No exceptions. She would not harvest a young deer, and every deer that came in, she asked how old he was, how mature he was, and if he was something that we should be interested in or not.
Jacy's done a ton of practicing, and she's finally ready to go bow hunting, but Paul's hoping to break her in on a little bit of a local nuisance.
One thing we have down here where we hunt now, we're down around where we live, south central Oklahoma, is a ton of wild hogs. They've become a problem in many areas of the country, but especially around here. We do a lot of thermal hunts, shoot them at night. FinalScentOutdoors.com, check it out if you're interested. But we do a lot of that to try to control the population and just enjoy it, but the hunting's fun.
Hogs are a great way to get broke in as a bow hunter. You know, you're able to get settled in, get used to drawing a bow, your shot placement, all of those things. And when you're in an extremely target-rich environment, you can gain a lot of experience real quick.
That one right there.
Well, the pigs, they just keep showing up, and Jacy just keeps knocking arrows. This segment's been brought to you by Vortex Optics with the unlimited, unconditional lifetime warranty. Learn more at vortexoptics.com. And by these fine sponsors. This segment's brought to you by Covert Scouting Cameras, #1 in trail camera technology with unmatched customer service. Learn more at covertscoutingcameras.com. And by these fine sponsors. Well, Paul is dead set on getting Jacy a buck, but he's also trying to get a deer for himself, and he's not going to let a little bit of his dad duties keep him from the deer woods.
Hey, boys, you two want to go hunting this evening? Yeah! For real. We got to act right and we got to do it right. You ready to go? Yeah. Go get your stuff. Sissy, do you want to go? Okay. You own on this one. Enjoy your afternoon, peaceful evening.
Me and Sissy's going to eat.
Yeah.
We get to go to Giuseppe's.
So I told those boys, I said, we're going to go hunt for real today. We've got a few cameras to check, but you're going to sit down. You're going to sit against a rock bluff that we call the Rock, and we're going to get after it and see if we can make it work. I'll be honest, I wasn't overly optimistic, and to be totally honest with you, there wasn't a deer in that pasture that I knew for sure I would shoot. There was one we called the Big 8-pointer, and I knew that if he came in with those two boys sitting beside me, that it would probably be one that we would have to try. We get there, and they're in sweatpants. We have about a 200-yard walk to get to the Rock from our parking area. Needless to say, the sweatpants before we got there were completely full of sandburrs and stickers. So we stopped twice to clean the stickers out, get the stickers out of the pants. We did have a set of rattling horns. They are still out there somewhere. They did not make it to the Rock.
We're muzzleloader season. What? Muzzleloader season the first day. It's hot in Oklahoma. I got my buddies. Say hi, boys. We're sitting on this ridge watching for bucks. One good 8-pointer's been in here. Normally not a shooter. If he comes out today, he will be. If I could get a buck down with these two beside me, sitting on this ridge out in the open, it'd be pretty sweet. We're gonna see how long we last. See if we can make it work.
Anyway, we get there, we get set up. We're on a high bluff overlooking a green field and another green field. And sit there, and we went there 20 minutes and deer start coming out. Now I've got 12 deer within 300 yards of me, and two little boys, one of them asleep on my lap and one of them just sitting beside me. I look to my left and I see the buck in question is down there making a scrape. I look, he takes 2 steps to go up the hill and he turns and comes back my way. I knew at that point that it was probably going to be go time. I wake Jax up. I said, Jax, there's a buck coming. He's coming this way. He may be a shooter. And I said, he's going to come right down there over that hump. That buck comes up over the hump, and when he sees him, he dials in. And I said, Jax, do you think he's a shooter? He didn't say a word. It was not the biggest buck that I've ever killed, but I knew that it would be one I would remember forever.
This will be one for the ages if we got this one. This will be awesome.
We're just getting back down here. We're going to ease in here. It's kind of brushy, and so we got through the heavy stuff and we got on this field. We got some blood coming through here. These two little boys, I offered to take them home, come back and look. They didn't think that was a good idea. Hey, come here. What's that right up there?
What?
What's that right up there?
A deer.
Is that our buck? Huh?
I can find some blood.
What do you think, buddy?
I can find some blood on it.
Here we are, we got back. We got the buck home. Brothers were super excited to show Mama and Sissy. Super proud of these guys, loved hunting with them. Had a great time. Sissy, it's you and me next, baby.
This segment has been brought to you by Hunter's Cloak, helping you hide your stink. Learn more at hunterscloak.com. And by these fine sponsors. This segment's brought to you by HHA Sports, the leader in single pin technology, made in America with a lifetime warranty. Learn more at hhasports.com. And by Automatic Manhood,
the 6-week video-based Bible study series from Final Descent Outdoors. Order yours at finaldescentoutdoors.com. And by these fine sponsors.
Well, after smacking a great buck with the CVA, Paul is back and determined to get Jacy on a big buck. But getting drawn on a big deer seems to be a little bit of a tougher task than what Jacy thought it was going to be.
Our second ever sit, we go out, and we know this buck's in the area, and the second ever sit, we go down, and he comes down a ridge and walks right straight to us, and I'm thinking, this is unbelievable. This is surely not going to happen this easy. He stood under us for, I had like 10 or 11 solid minutes of footage of him at less than 20 yards, and he just couldn't get turned where we needed him to get our bow drawn. It was super still, super quiet afternoon, but I think after that night, I had a bow hunter with me. She, that experience and that encounter kind of set the tone for her drive to be even more driven to make it work.
Yeah, it was frustrating because I couldn't get my bow drawn, and I knew he was frustrated, and in his defense, he was very patient. It's probably a good thing that he is in his mid to late 30s instead of mid 20s.
So Jacy wasn't able to get drawn on that big buck, but surely second time's a charm.
Okay, we're set up. Actually, this is the exact same tree I used to sit in when I was a kid. We just cleaned it out. It's grown up. I got 2 windows cut through it. One right there, one right there. We're on the ground sitting on stools. She's never drawn from sitting flat on the ground, so we're on a stool. We actually walked in on 2 little bucks fighting. Walked right upon them, which was pretty cool. The wind's perfect. Buck blitz out there. Gotta come right here.
What do you want me to say?
Say you're excited.
I'm excited.
Let's hope she don't mess this up.
I mean, it's not easy. You just don't pick a bow up and go to the woods and harvest a mature white-tailed deer.
Yes, I was shocked at how hard it is.
And we were, no feeders and no, we weren't baiting them into a pen. Basically, we were trying to hunt them legitimate and not just any deer, but mature deer.
I'm not gonna lie, it was starting to become pretty frustrating. Like I said, I don't get a whole lot of opportunities to go hunting because we do have 3 kids, and then I had, in my opinion, messed up 2 or 3 times on some nice deer. But I'm competitive with myself. I want to make sure that I do a good job. I want to be respectful of the animals and make a good shot, and I wanted to prove to him too that I could do it and prove to myself.
Well, Jacy once again wasn't able to get drawn on that big buck, but it'd been easy for her to throw in the towel and just say, you know what, I'm done. This has been too hard. I haven't been able to get it done. But she stays persistent. She wants to get a big buck, and especially with a bow. So hopefully, 3rd time will be the charm.
This segment's brought to you by Lane Shark and their innovative front-mounted brush cutters, proudly made in the USA. Learn more at lanesharkusa.com. And by these fine sponsors.
Now it's time for the Real Avid Tech Tip of the Week.
We are so excited to be partnered with Fort Scott Munitions. Fort Scott Munitions was founded in 2016 and has exploded onto the scene by offering unmatched accuracy at a price anybody can afford. When it comes to your pistol, Fort Scott has a wide variety of ammunition for you as well. If you're looking for something for home defense or something to just take out on the range and have a great time just shooting your firearm, they've got a ton of options with a ton of different calibers. And we're so excited to get out this fall and use our Fort Scott Munitions whitetail hunting, hunting hogs, or whatever else we can stumble into. And all their bullets are lead-free and have a tumble upon impact, leading to devastating wound channels for that ethical kill you're after. So the bullet is actually designed to penetrate through hard material like a bone, but once it hits soft flesh, it begins to tumble, creating that devastating wound channel. And their CNC machined, solid spun copper bullets are going to be accurate, hitting your target over and over, time and time again. So if you haven't checked out Fort Scott Munitions, it's time that you did. So to learn more about any of their products, to become a dealer, or to order your own box, check out their website. And also remember to use our promo code FDO10 for even a bigger discount. And remember, any order over $100 means free shipping. So check out their website at fortscottmunitions.com.
This segment is brought to you by Woodhaven Custom Calls. Support our ministry by using promo code FINALDESCENT10 at checkout. Place your order at woodhavencustomcalls.com. And by these fine sponsors.
Growing up, I feel like a part of my identity was always that I was someone that would set goals and do hard things and get out of my comfort zone. And after becoming a mom, I kind of got in just the rut of being a mom and wanted to show my daughter. I had started asking her to step outside of her comfort zone. I decided that if I was asking her to do it, that I needed to show her that I could do it as well, which brought me to deer hunting. You know, it was something that was difficult for me, something new, and something that I hope will lead her to believe in herself and to believe that she can accomplish anything she wants to do.
And it's December. Got to kill her with allergies. We'll see if we can make it work. We got a buck coming in over here we call Sloppy. If we see him, you'll know why. Well, it's one of those dreaded things that comes with bow hunting. Make a shot that we're not overly happy with. I think we'll get him. We just got to back out and give him time. The morning after Jacy's buck. It's cold. I've got to be at work in 45 minutes, so it's a pretty quick look. He stopped right here in this little block of timber. There's a white belly right there. Praise Jesus on this one. Good job, Jacy Joe. She made a shot on him. We were afraid it was a little further back than what we would want, but we knew to back out and give him till in the morning. I go in this morning to look. He didn't go 50 yards from where we saw him last. A good shot. First buck ever. Good job.
Well, what an incredible accomplishment for Jacy. I mean, she stayed persistent, and in the end, she was able to get her first buck ever, and she was able to do it with a bow.
You know, I look forward to taking my daughter with me where she and I can go by ourselves maybe one day as I get better and more knowledge. And that's something that's a goal of mine, is just to show her that she can do hard things and she can do things that are typically laid out for the guys to do.
Paul's passion for deer hunting bled over into his wife, Jacy. She saw his passion for it, and she decided, you know what, I want to try it as well. You know, spiritually speaking, it should go the same for us. You know, our passion for Jesus, other people should see that in us by the things that we say and do and say, you know what, I want to check out this Christianity because they see Christ in us. I don't know about you, but this is a challenge to me. I mean, do people see Jesus in me? Do they see my passion for him by the things that I say, the places I go, the things that I do? Do people see my love for Christ through my actions and my words? You know, Matthew 5:16 says to us, it says, let your light shine before others so they can see your good works and give praise to the Father who is in heaven. So today, do people see Christ in you? Do they see him in the things you do, the things you say, the places you go? If not, Why? Well, maybe today you're not plugged into the church. Maybe it's been a while since you've darkened the doors and you know you need to get back plugged into the church. Maybe you're not reading your Bible and praying and spending time with God, and because of that it's created a distance and you're not hearing Him speak to you. And today you need to get plugged back in to reading His Word and praying. Maybe that's what needs to happen for you. I want you to know that it's never too late to start. And if we can help you in any way get back on track with your relationship with God, we want to do that because it's so important for us as Christians, for others to see our passion for Jesus through the things that we do and the things that we say. So today, if we can help you in any way with your spiritual walk and help you get back on track with God, we would love to do that. You can go to our website, finaldescentoutdoors.com, send us an email. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can shoot us a message there as well. We want to help you in any way we can live a life that points others towards Christ. Thanks so much for watching, and we hope to see you next week.
Bailey's Outdoor Shop is the official taxidermist of Final Descent Outdoors. Closed captioning brought to you by Real Avid.
Strut your stuff!